त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
रेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुरः पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
हरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनौ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संभारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं, विश्वधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं, लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिर्भिर्ध्यानगम्यं, वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to all of you on this divine, beautiful Ekadashi evening. We have all gathered here for yet another interpretation session of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Today, we have assembled to hear the virtuous interpretation of the third part of first chapter, Arjun Vishada Yoga. Last time, Vikas Bhaiyaji had given us a lovely vision of all the various warriors from both sides. We are all eager to know more such stories that Bhaiyaji has for us. But let us start this session by offering a prayer to the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. For the opening prayer, I would like to invite Archana Agarwalji. Didi is from Andhra Pradesh and is a part of Geeta Parivar since May of 2022. She serves here as a tech assistant and GC and also for the content forwarding department. A very delightful aspect about Didi is that when asked about her hobby, the first thing she says is that she loves serving Geeta Parivar. How beautiful is that? Welcome, Archana Didi.
Thank you, Jai Shri Krishna Didi. So let's start with the starting prayer. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna to everyone.
Thank you, Didi, for this beautiful, beautiful prayer. What is life without light? Let us light up this session with the divine light. And for the deep prajwalan, I would like to call forward Rohini Didi. Rohini Didi is from Maharashtra and joined Geeta Parivar in March of 2022. And she is a gift artist. She loves dancing and Adhyatma. In Geeta Parivar, she offers her seva as a technical assistant. Didi?
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you, Didi, for this beautiful vision of Murlidhar. In this well-lit, divine ambience, let us move forward. On this Ekadashi evening, we have with us respected Vikas Bhaiya. Vikas Bhaiya ji is a BE in mechanical and has been NRI for last 12 years. He owns an IT company and is based in Pune. Bhaiya is a polyglot, a linguist who knows more than 5 languages and has been reciting all 18 adhyayas of Geeta ji every day for last 5 years. In Geeta Parivar, he is a trainer for all levels from L1 to L4 and is also involved in trainers selection and trainers training for all the levels. Bhaiya ji gives Vivechan for Vishnu Sahasranam and is a member of Pune Geeta Parivar. One beautiful thing which everybody tells us about Bhaiya ji, and we proudly must acknowledge, that Bhaiya ji has been honored by Param Pujya Jagat Guru Sankaracharya himself. Last week, Bhaiya ji had explained till 25th shloka of the first adhyay, where Arjun had requested Lord Krishna to take his chariot in the middle of the battlefield. Also, as a special blessing, that day we got to hear from Bhaiya ji Duryodhana's perception of the injustice that has been met to him and his father, thus causing the bitterness in his heart. We are so eager to hear more from Bhaiya ji. Welcome, Vikas Bhaiya ji.
जय श्री कृष्ण. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. पूज्य स्वामी जी के चरण कमलों में कोटि कोटि नमन. We are studying Adhyaya first. Last time we covered up to slok number 25. In 25th shloka, we read भीष्मद्रोणः प्रमुखतः सर्वैषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्यैतान् समवेतान् कुरूनिति. So there Lord Krishna had told Arjuna to look at all the Kuru, members of Kuru dynasty, who have all Samavetan, who have all assembled here with a wish to fight the war. What happens after that? Sanjay explains, Tatra pashya sthitan partha पितॄनथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा. We'll take 27 also along with it. श्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेयः सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान्. And then कृपया परया विष्टो विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत्. This will make the total thing clear. So let us discuss what is being said here. Tatra pashyasidan partha pitrunata pitamahan acharyan matulan bhratun putran pautran sakim sada shasharan surdushchaiva sena yoru vayorapi. When Lord Krishna told Arjuna to have a look, Pashya, at Kurus who have assembled here on the battlefield, Arjuna saw the members of his family assembled on both the sides, on the sides of Kauravas as well as on the side of Pandavas. He saw his father's brother, his name was Bhurishrava, who was just like his father. He saw his granduncles, Pitama, Bhishma, Somadatta, then the preceptors, Dronacharya, Krupacharya, then maternal uncles such as Purijit, Kunti Bhoj, Shalya, Shakuni, etc., etc. Then brothers and cousins, Bhima, cousins, Duryodhana, and sons such as his own son Abhimanyu, Ghatotkacha, Lakshmana, Lakshmana was Duryodhana's son, and grandsons such as sons of Lakshmana, and then friends of Duryodhana, Ashwathama, etc., etc. And then he also saw fathers-in-law such as Drupad, father of Draupadi, Shaibya, and also well-wishers such as Satyaki, Krutavarma, etc. After that, Tan Samikshasa Kaunte Yas Sarvan Bandhunavasthitan Krupaya Pareya Vishto Vishidannitam Abravit. After seeing all this, members of family on the both armies, what happens? Seeing all those relations present there and standing at their appointed places, he was filled with extreme compassion and uttered these following words in sadness. Krupaya. Krupaya is sadness. Krupaya, not Hindi Krupaya, please, but Krupaya is sadness. Surrounded by Krupaya. Krupaya, fear, surrounded by fear, sadness. Vishidannitam abravit. He said these words. Which words he said? Tan samikshasa kaunteya sarvan bandhuna vastitan. So tan sarvan bandhuna vastitan samiksha. Samiksha is to see, have a look. So besides the warriors mentioned in the earlier shlokas, Arjuna, he saw great grandfathers such as Pahilika, brothers-in-law such as Drushtadhyumna, Shikhandi, Suratha, and sisters' husbands, brother-in-laws, Jayadratha, etc. And several others of his relatives, friends, well-wishers, who were posted in different positions in both the armies. He was not looking only at Kaurava's armies, he was having a look at his own army as well. But what he saw was, on both the sides, all the kings are taking the position to fight war against each other. So Kaunteya, Krupaya, Paryavishta. So Kaunteya means that Arjuna was ordered by his mother Kunti to wage the war. He took the permission of Kunti. Kunti had ordered him to take revenge against the insult meted out to Draupadi and all the Kauravas who have been denying the rightful claim of Pandavas on behalf of the kingdom. So Kunti had ordered the war to be done by Arjuna. Now, that time he was full of valor and stout-heartedness. He entered the battlefield like a great Kshatriya to observe the chief warriors of Kaurava's army. And now he is Krupaya Paryavishto. He is overcome by the cowardice. After seeing the warriors who were related to him through family and learning on both the sides, Arjuna suddenly developed an attitude of kinship. Oh, they are my own people. Because he thought that on both the sides, there were his kinsmen and they would be killed in the war, whether they are on Pandav side or they are on Kaurav side. When they're fighting war with each other, there will be people dying from both the sides. So in this way, it was his family that would be destroyed on either side. Both are Kurus. Kauravas also Kurus, Pandavas also Kurus. So his family will get destroyed in the war. Not thinking like this. The stout-heartedness which he had when he entered the battlefield, it gave the place to cowardice. And he gave up the idea of war. This faint-heartedness has been called by Lord Krishna in second Adhyaya as well. In second Adhyaya, Lord Krishna calls it Kashmalam. Kashmalam. So that is the cowardice, dejection, and Hrudaya Daurbalyam. In second Adhyaya, there is a word used by Lord Krishna, Hrudaya Daurbalyam. That means the weakness of heart. Arjuna also accepted that he Karpanya Dosho Pahatas Bhava. In second Adhyaya, Arjuna accepted that he has become weak. Nature is being tainted by weakness and faint-heartedness. That he accepted. Karpanya dosho pahatasvahava. And Krupaya Avishta means that faint-heartedness which he had developed suddenly after seeing his kids and kin on both the sides of the army in Pandavas as well as in Kauravas. But this faint-heartedness could be a temporary phase in him, while the stout-heartedness he was originally Kshatriya, very brave person. So this stout-heartedness is a permanent virtue of his life. Thus, the temporary phase of faint-heartedness cannot last long, while this stout-heartedness will remain forever. This is what normally happens. Now, what is the extreme cowardice? Extreme cowardice in Arjuna is that he does not think and make efforts to kill his cruel and unrighteous opponents. That was the cowardice. Such as Duryodhana, Dushasana, Shakuni, etc., who without any reason, they insulted Draupadi. They insulted Pandavas on many occasions. They tried to kill Pandavas on many occasions. But not to fight war against them is extreme cowardice on the part of Arjuna. Somehow or the other, Pandavas were never given a good treatment by Kauravas. They were always insulted, always tried to be killed and all that. On the other hand, he is taking pity on them. Arjuna, instead of getting angry and taking revenge, now he is taking pity on them. And he is thus deviating from his duty. As a Kshatriya, his duty was to take up the war. But he is deviating now from his duty after he saw all the people. Vishidanni Dhamma Pravit. Arjuna is very much dejected after thinking over the consequences of the war for the family. Because everyone will get killed. That was his fear. And then he spoke these words. Now here, what we need to understand is that when the son of Kunti, that is Arjuna, he sees all the friends and relatives who are now ready to fight the war with each other, he becomes overwhelmed with the compassion, sorrowfully and wistfully, and he asks Krishna, oh, what is this happening? He was experiencing intense mental pain and anguish, Arjuna. See, the war was happening as a last resort. People tried to avoid the war, and it could not be avoided. So it was the last resort that the war was to take place, when all the attempts to make peace had failed. The Pandavas they had legitimate right and legitimate reasons to wage the war. Duryodhana was a symbol of unrighteousness, anger, extreme greed, and egoism. Arjuna knew all this very well. He had not forgotten the humiliation publicly inflicted on his wife Draupadi by the Kauravas. But despite that, standing now in the battlefield and seeing his own kith and kin ready to kill each other, he gets filled with intense grief and deep compassion. And tortured by his own emotions, he gets deeply anguished, agonized Arjuna. He spoke to Arjuna like this. He spoke to Arjuna. What he spoke? He spoke to Arjuna. We'll take in the next shloka, 28th. We had taken a part of 28th. Krupaya Pera Vishnu Vishidanni Dhamma Pravit. Then he says, Drushtvevam Swajanam Krishna Yutsum Samupasthitam Sidanti Mama Gatrani Makhaincha Parishishyati Vepathuscha Sharire Me Romaharshascha Jayate. This is 28 and 29. Both together. So Drushtva, after seeing Imam, all these, Swajanam, family members, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Yutsum, having desired to fight, and Samupasthitam, present here. So Arjuna became very sad, overwhelmed with compassion, and he spoke these words. Oh dear Krishna, after seeing my friends and relatives present here with a desire to fight the war, what happens? Sidanti mama gatrani mukhainja parishishyati vepathuscha sharire me roma harshascha jayate. Sidanti. Sidanti, to get lifeless. Mama, my. Gatrani. Gatra means the limbs of the body. Hands, legs. These are the limbs of body. So these are Gatrani. Mukham. Mouth. Parishushati. That means drying up. Vepathusha. Trembling. Trembling of the body. Vepathusha. Sharire, of course, body. Me, my. Romaharsha. Romaharsh, the body hair, the small hair on the body. These are Romaharsh. And Jayate means they stand up. The small hair on the body getting standing. They get standed. When we are afraid of something, we see that the small hair, Romaharsh, on body, they stand on their end. So this is Romaharshascha Jayate. So Arjuna says, Sidantima Bhagatrani, Makhanja Parishushati, Vepathusha Sharire me, Romaharshascha Jayate. I feel limbs of my body have become lifeless. My hands, my legs have become lifeless. And they are quivering. My mouth is going dry. Mukham parishushati. My whole body is trembling. Vepathuscha sharire. Whole body is trembling. And my hair, body hair, are standing on the end. Romaharshascha jayate. What happens after that? Gandivam sransate hastat pakshaiva paridhayyate naja shaknomyavasthatum brahmati vachame manaha. Gandhi. Gandhi was the name of bow of Arjuna. Sransate. Sransate is to slip off. Hastat, from the hands. Tvak. Tvak means skin. Dhayyate. Paridhayyate is burning. Na shaknomi. I am not able. Na shaknomi. I am not able. Avasthitum, to stand. Brahmati. Brahmati, that means somebody's mind which is not able to focus. Somebody keeps forgetting again and again. That is Brahmati. So he says, Arjuna says, after he says this, Sidantima Magatrani, Mukhaincha Parishushati, Vepathusha Sharire me Romaharsha Jayate. Further, Gandivam Sransate Hastat Pakshaiva Paridhayyate Naja Shaknomyavasthatum Brahmati Vachame Manaha. My Gandhi bow, Gandhi Dharusha, is slipping from my hands. My skin is burning. And I am not able to stand anymore. My mind is going haywire. Brahmati. I am not able to focus my mind, as if I am forgetting everything. That is Brahmati Vachame Manaha. Brahmati Vachame Manaha. So Drishtvayam Sujanam Krishna Yutsam Samapasitam Sidantima Magatrani Mukhaincha Parishushati Vepathusha Sharire me Romaharsha Jayate Gandivam Sransate Hastat Pakshaiva Paridhayyate Nacha Shaknomyavasthatum Brahmati Vachame Manaha. See, Arjuna, he loved the name Krishna very much. So he has been addressed by his name in Geeta so many times, more than any other names. Lord Krishna, similarly, you loved Arjuna's name, Partha. Therefore, while talking to each other, or talking together, both of them, they address each other by these names, Krishna and Partha, Krishna Partha, Krishna Partha. And this fact is well known to other people as well. Therefore, Sanjaya, at the end of 18th Adhyay, 78th sloka of Bhagavad Gita of 18th Adhyay, he mentions Krishna and Partha. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha. 18th Adhyay, last sloka. So wherever there is Krishna, wherever there is Partha. So this is the very popular names of Lord Krishna and Partha, who were calling each other with those names. Now Dhritarashtra, in the first sloka, what we see, he uses the phrase Samaveta Yutsavaha, coming together with a desire to fight the war. Arjuna here has said Yutsum Samupasthitam. That means they are arranged here to fight. But there is a vast difference between what Dhritarashtra said and what Arjuna is saying now. Dhritarashtra is partial to his sons. So he uses the words Mamaka, my sons, Mamaka, and Pandava, Pandu's sons. But Arjuna is impartial. He doesn't say my brothers and Kauravas. He doesn't say this. He uses the terms Swajanam. So there is a difference in the psyche of both Arjuna and Dhritarashtra. He says Swajanam. They are also my people. They are studying opposite me, fine, but they are also my people. Swajanam. This shows the purity of the heart of Arjuna and the bad thinking of Dhritarashtra, who always differentiated between his sons and Kauravas, Mamaka and Pandava. Here, Arjuna is saying Swajanam. So this is the difference between both. It means that Dhritarashtra was more worried about the death of warriors, his own people, that means Kauravas. While Arjuna is worried about the death of warriors in both the armies, not only Pandavas, but both the armies. Because he thinks that both the warrior groups are his own kith and kin. Swajanam. Both are Swajanam. Till now, Drushtva. Drushtva word also has been used many times. Here also there is a difference between what Dhritarashtra used and what is used by Arjuna. And Sidantimama Gatrani, Mukhainja Parishishati, Vepadusha Sharireme, Romaharsha Jayate, Gandivam Srasate Hastat, Pakshaiva Paridayate, Nachashaknom Vyavastatum, Brahmati Vacha Me Manaha. Now, thinking of the consequences of war, Arjuna is worried and sad. So his limbs are giving away. His limbs are becoming lifeless. His mouth is getting dry. His body shakes. His body hair are standing on the end. Roma Harsha Shajayate. The same Gandhi bow, the sound of whose string terrified the enemies. Arjuna was very, very brave. He defeated so many enemies in the past. And looking at his Gandhi Dhanusha, people used to run away from the battlefield. That was his reputation as a brave warrior. And now this same Gandiva is dropping from his hands. His skin is burning all over. His mind is confused. He is in real dilemma. And he is unable even to stand on the war front. Not able to stand. He feels as if he will fall unconscious now. And thinks it is a scene to wage the war. So this is the sort of the mental condition of Arjuna. Arjuna, he says, Lord Krishna, on seeing my friends and relatives present here before me, ready to fight with each other and kill each other, my limbs are trembling, my mouth is running dry, my entire body is feeling limp, and my hair is standing on the end. So this is Arjuna Vishada Yoga, and this is the beginning of Vishada of Arjuna. Arjuna is very clearly describing his physical and mental state. On seeing all his loved ones, his childhood friends, those beloved elders in whose comforting lap he had grown up, those esteemed teachers who had taught him all that he knew, those he had loved and played with, seeing all his endearing friends and family, a strange kind of fear, it gripped Arjuna. What terrible times I have to face. He was about to wage a war against those very individuals he loved and cared for. Arjuna was indeed intensely sad, distressed. See, there is one war that was being fought by Arjuna, but then there is another war. The one that you fight in the battlefield of your daily life. We all fight our war in our daily life. Our own Kurukshetra. Our life is our own Kurukshetra. We don't call it Dharma Kshetra because we don't know whether we follow Dharma or not, but it is definitely a Kurukshetra. Dharma Kshetra is Kurukshetra, but our Kshetra maybe not Dharma Kshetra, but at least it's a Kurukshetra. Now we are bound by our own attachments and we face constant dilemma as to what to do, how to follow the path of truth when you know that it will hurt your near ones and dear ones. If you speak the truth, your near ones and dear ones may get hurt. So how to talk, how to take decision in such cases? And when those close to you, they feel hurt, they tend to create conflict. Be it your children, your parents, your brothers, your friends, your colleagues in the office, anyone. We are all modern day Arjunas. We face so many situations in our life when our beloved ones, they oppose us. Every individual thinks he is right and the other is wrong. Duryodhana had no doubt that he was right. Even Duryodhana thought that he was right. That is why he was so determined to fight against Pandavas. He justified his demand. What was his justification? By saying that his father Dhritarashtra was the eldest son and hence the rightful heir to the throne of Hastinapur. But he was deprived of his right because he was blind, and the throne was instead given to Pandu, who was able-bodied person, okay, and second in the line, he was younger. Duryodhana's argument was that it was not his father's fault that he was born blind. Hence, if one sees situation from Duryodhana's point of view, he was fighting for his father's rights. That was his justification. Duryodhana felt that it was only fair that he, being the eldest son of Dhritarashtra, was the legitimate heir to the throne. It was customary that the eldest son would succeed to the throne. Anywhere it is the tradition. And the younger son could only support him, the elder brother. But he could not aspire to be the successor. But here what happened? The one who was supposed to be successor, Pandu, he was given the throne and Dhritarashtra was sidelined. So eldest brother was regarded that time also and today also as father figure, and he was revered such as a father. Dhritarashtra, being the eldest son, he should have been given the throne, but he was deprived by none other than Pitama Bhishma, who took all decisions in Kauravas and Pandavas affairs. Hence, Duryodhana was resentful of Bhishma and he could not accept or approve his decision. Further, Duryodhana's argument was that after the death of Pandu, Bhishma had seated Dhritarashtra on the throne and the latter had ran the kingdom without any problems, Dhritarashtra. So it was Dhritarashtra who could run the kingdom well after the death of Pandu. Then why he would not have done the same when Pandu was not dead? When Pandu was alive, Dhritarashtra could have as well run the kingdom very well as he did after Pandu's death. So why was not he given the rightful place in the beginning itself? So in a way, Duryodhana had a valid reason in saying that his father had suffered injustice at the hands of Bhishma. He believed that if he would not avenge the wrong done to his blind, old father, who else would do? I am his eldest son, and if I will not avenge the disrespect, the insult meted out to my father, who is poorly blind, who would do it? So this was the justification from Duryodhana's side for fighting against Pandavas. Some people straight away sympathize with Pandavas. We also do. But if we see from Duryodhana's point of view, this justification was not entirely incorrect. It was not entirely incorrect. What went wrong was Duryodhana's aggressively ambitious attitude and towering ego, which misguided him, and eventually it led to his downfall. Everything could have been settled through conciliation, but he did not follow that path. He wanted to fight. He wanted to fight. See, there is a very thin line between what is right and what is wrong. What may appear right to me may appear wrong to you, or what is right, you may think right, I may think it is wrong. It is very difficult to say who is absolutely right and who is absolutely wrong. Absolute word is important. So how to make a statement that this is absolutely right or this is absolutely wrong? There is always something between absolutely right and absolutely wrong. It is all relative and it depends on the context. Duryodhana was angry because Pandavas, they had snatched his father's right. So how could they be righteous? They are not on the right side. I am on the right side. That was his conviction. This was his argument. It was not Dhritarashtra's fault that he was born blind. Now this story could go on and on, but the point here is, we could go into the story again, which we discussed in the last session at the end during question answer session about the birth of Bhishmacharya and birth of Dhritarashtra and Pandu, all that story what we discussed in the last session. But let's not go too much into details of that. Here the point is only that there is nothing absolutely right and absolutely wrong. Both sides have a story to tell to justify their actions. Here we have been all hearing this side from Pandava's side, that they were sent to Vanvasa and 1 year in that incognito place, and when they came back they were denied half of the kingdom. Duryodhana's point was, why the kingdom was to be shared half when Dhritarashtra is alive? He is the king. He is the king whole and soul. So why do you divide the kingdom? Not necessary. So that was his argument. Okay, let's proceed further to shlok number 31. Nimittani japashyami viparitani keshava naja shreyo nupashyami hatva swajanamahave. We'll take all these shlokas together now. Na kankshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha kinno rajyena govinda kim bhogair jivite nama yeshamarthe kankshitanno rajyam bhoga sukhani cha taimeva sthita yuddhe pranans tyaktva dhanani cha acharya pitarah putras tathaiva cha pitamaha Matulash Shashurah Pautrash Shyala Sambandhinas Tatha Etan Hantamichami Natopi Madhusudana Apitrailokya Rajyasya Etah Kinnumahi Krite Nihatya Dharta Rashtrana Kapritisya Janardana Papameva Shraye Dasman Atvai Tana Tatayinaha. All these shlokas are related. So I just read it once, but then we can go into shlok by shlok. Nimittani japashyami viparitani keshava najashreyo nupashyami atva swajana mahave. Nimittani. These are all the symbols, causes. Pashyami, I am seeing. Viparitani, just the opposite. Then what it should be? Keshava. Keshava is the killer of a demon called Keshi. So that was the name of Lord Krishna, Keshava. Shreya, good. Anupashyami. Do I see it right? Do I foresee correct? Hatva. Hatva is to kill. Swajanam, my own people, my relatives, my friends, my own people. Ahave, in the fight. So nimittani japashyami viparitani keshava najashreyo nupashyami hatva swajanam ahave. Arjuna says, I see these symptoms. Which symptoms? Vyeputusha sharire me romharsha jayate, and before that, sidantima magatrani mukhain jabarshishati. Normally, a kshatriya, when he is ready to take the war, take on the enemy, he should be charged with a lot of courage. And he should be eager to start the battle as quickly as possible. That is the anxiety that normally is there in the mind of a kshatriya. But here, the opposite has happened. The kshatriya, the Gandiva slipped from his hands, his body started trembling, he was not able to stand also, his mind went haywire. So Arjuna says, this is all viparitani. This is all opposite than what it should have really happened. Normal situation, I should have been charged to take up the enemy, to take on the enemy. But here, opposite is happening. I don't see anything good is going to happen, because these indications before starting of the war are all negative indications. Viparitani. These are all opposite of what should have really happened. So definitely, this is an indication that nothing good is going to happen by killing my own people in this battle. Nimittani pashami viparitani keshava naja shreyo pashami atva swajanamahave. Then further, na kankshe vijayam krishna na charajyam sukhani cha kinno rajyena govinda kim bhogair jivitena va. Na kankshe. No, nor kankshe. Kanksha means desire. Vijayam. Vijayam is of course victory. Rajyam. Rajya. Kingdom. Sukhani. Happiness. Kim. Kim. What is the use? Kim is what? What is the use? Rajyena. From the kingdom. Govinda. Govinda is of course calling for Arjuna. Lord Krishna. Kim. Again what? Bhogai. Bhogai means to bhogna. That means to enjoy. Jivitena. Jivitena is living. So Arjuna says, na kankshe vijayam krishna, na cha rajyam sukhani cha, kinno rajyena govinda, kim bhogair jivitena va. I don't see desire for victory. I have no desire for victory. Na kankshe vijayam. I don't have desire for victory. Nor do I have desire for kingdom. Na cha rajyam. Nor do I have the desire for any happiness that will arrive out of this war. So what is the use of this kingdom then? Govinda, what is the use of this enjoyment and even the life after this war? Will there be meaning to the life after this war when all are getting killed? Will there be any place for enjoyment when all are getting killed? So Arjuna says, I don't want victory, I don't want kingdom, I don't want any happiness. What is the use? When everybody is getting killed, what will I enjoy? Ta imeva sthita yuddhe pranans tyakva dhanani cha acharyah pitarah putras tathaiva cha pitamaha. All that he says. Now yesham arthe kangshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani cha ta imeva sthita yuddhe pranans tyakva dhanani cha. They means all of them. Ime, all these. Avasthita. Avasthita, who are all present here, standing in front of me. Yuddhe. Yuddhe is battlefield. Pranan, of the lives. Tyaktva. Tyaktva is to relinquish, to give up. Dhanani. Dhanani is the dhan, riches. Yesham, of them. Arthe, for the sake of. Kangshitam. Kangshitam, we saw this word. Desire. Rajyam, kingdom, bhoga, enjoyment, sukhanicha, happiness. So yeshamarthe kangshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhanicha ta ime avastha yuddhe pranans tyakva dhananicha. When for all those for whom we desire to have the kingdom, we want to have the enjoyment and we want to have the happiness in life, they are all standing here in front of us, ready to kill each other. So these are the very own people, these are the very people for whom we want kingdom, we want to have enjoyment, we want to have happiness, for all these people. And they are standing in front of us with a desire to kill each other. And for whom we are doing all this? And they are prepared to relinquish whatever they have earned so far, their riches, dhanani. They want to relinquish all that they have earned so far in the life. Not only that, they want to relinquish their lives as well. Pranans tyakva dhananicha. They want to give up their life. So Arjuna says, Yesham arthe kangshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhanicha taime vasda yuddhe pranas tyakva dhananicha. For whom we want this enjoyment, this kingdom, this happiness, they are all ready here to kill each other. Then what for we are doing all this? Further he says, Slok 34, Acharyah pitarah putras tathaiva cha pitamaha matula shvashurah pautra shyala sambandhinas tatha. We'll read 35th also along with it. Both are connected. Etan nahantam ichchami gnato vimadusudana apitrailokya rajyasya hetoh kinnumahi krite. And 36th also. Nihatya dharda rashtranah kapritisya janardana papameva shraye dasman atvaitana tatainaha. So, Acharya pitra putra sadhaiva pitamaha matula shvashra pautra shyala sambandhinas tatha. Acharya, teachers, pitara, father-like figures, putra, sons, tatha, as well as, and Eva, others, certainly. Cha, also. Pitamaha, grandfathers. Matula, maternal uncle. Shvashura, fathers-in-law. Pautra, grandsons. Shala, Shala is what we say in Hindi, Sala. So Sala and Shala is same, brother-in-law. Sambandhin, all relatives. Tatha means and. So Arjuna says, when teachers, Acharya, Pitara, fathers, sons, as well as grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives. Half of the meaning is in next loka. Etan hantamichhami gnatopi madhusudana apitrailokya rajyasya hetoh kinmahi krite. Etan, all this. Who all this? Acharya, Pitra, Putra, Sadhaiva cha Pitamaha, Matula, Shvashura, Pautra, Shala, Sambandhina Sada. All this. Antum, to kill. Antum is to kill. No, never. Ichhami. Ichhami is to, I wish. Gnata. Gnata means being killed. Api. Even if. Trailokya. Swarga, Prithvi, Patal. This is Trailokya. All the three worlds. Rajyasya. The kingdom. Heto. Heto means exchange. In exchange of. Kim. Why? Mahi krute. For the earth. Mahi is Prithvi. So Mahi krute for the earth. So this 34 and 35 shloka, Arjuna says, Acharya, Pitra, Putra, Sathaiva ja Pitamaha, Matula, Shvashura, Pautra, Shala, Sambandhina Satha, Etan hantamichhami gnatopi madhusudana, apitrailokya rajyasya, etoh kinmahi krite. Lord Krishna, when the teachers, the fathers, the sons, as well as the grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandson, brothers-in-law, and all other relatives attack on me, they attack on me, and then I am not able to, even then I am not willing to kill them. So this list of people that we read in 34th shloka, Arjuna says, if they attack on me, I am not willing to kill them. Madhusudana, that means Lord Krishna, even if I get the ownership of all the three worlds, Rajyasya, Trailokya, Swarga, Prithvi, Patal, even if I get the ownership of all these three lokas, even then, I don't want to wish to kill them. I don't wish to kill them. Even if you give me the kingdom, all the three lokas, Swarga, Prithvi, Patal, in exchange of that also, I am not able to, I am not willing to kill them. Eto kinmahi krute, then just for this small piece of kingdom on the earth, why will I kill them? So this is the argument from Arjuna, that even if you give me the ownership of three lokas, Swarga, Prithvi, Patal, even then I will not kill these people. They are my own people. They are my own friends, relatives, all that list what we have read. So for just small piece of earth here, for the kingdom of this earth, why will I kill them? Etoh kinmahi krite. Further he says, Nihatya dhātarashtra ka prīti janardana pāpameva Shri dasman atvaitana tatainaha. Janardana, that means Lord Krishna, by killing the sons of Dhritarashtra. Nihatya. Nihatya means by killing. Dhritarashtra, the sons of Dhritarashtra. Ka priti. What pleasure? Syat will be there. What pleasure will be there by killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Now his mind is totally changed. He had entered the battlefield to kill Kauravas. Now he says, what pleasure will get by killing them? So the mind has gone 180 degree opposite now. Papam, the sinful act. Ashray, to get refuge. Asman, us. Hatva, hatva is to kill. Etan, etan is this. So he says, Ataitan, Ataitan is Atankvadi, terrorists, people who do extreme jobs. So Arjuna says, O Janardana, by killing sons of Dhritarashtra, who are our relatives, what pleasure are we going to get? Even if they are aggressors, even if they are Atankvadi, Ataitana, even if they are terrorists or they are Atankwadi, or even if they are aggressors, we will earn only seen by killing them, because they are belonging to our family, and according to scriptures, killing your own family members is a great sin. So in all these slokas what we have read, Arjuna is speaking his mind, saying that how it is useless to enter into this war. This is a classic case of someone who is gripped by the fear psychosis. When one is gripped by fear, then it is not confined to the mind alone, but its ripples, they run through the body. The anger, the fear is here, but the ripples run through the entire body. So from biological point of view also, the fear causes secretion of some harmful chemicals from the pituitary gland in our brain. That gland, these chemicals are released, which are highly toxic to the body. At the onset of fear, when the fear grips you, the blood circulation begins to slow down. This is the first sign. The blood circulation begins to slow down. The heart starts beating faster, and the pulse rate also increases. These are the symptoms of fear. The principal element constituting the fear is earth. Hence, it leads to the kind of inertia in the body. Your body gets gripped by the inertia. You don't feel like moving here and there. Fear leads to an imbalance in the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. These are all medical terms. But let us understand that it affects our nervous system. And the entire body gets stressed out. There is a buildup of muscular tension in the body. You are gripped by the fear. And the resulting chemical imbalance, it leads to the state of heightened alertness in the body. Fear arises in the mind, but its effects are seen all over the body. Anger creates heat in your body and raises the body temperature, whereas fear leads to physical inertia and drop in the body temperature. Both are opposite. While in anger, the blood circulation in body accelerates. In case of fear, it slows down. It can drop to so low that it may cause even the death. When the blood circulation goes so much low that it may cause death. Even extreme anger can cause death. Since the blood flow in arteries and the pulse rate, it escalates at such high level that the body cannot bear that high level of pulse rate and high level of heartbeat. Hence, it is said that anger and fear are bad for your health. Both can kill you. If not total killing, they will destroy your health part by part, slowly at least. Extreme anger can kill, extreme fear can kill, but any kind of anger, any kind of fear will be slow poisoning, will be slow killing. See, if you are, we are discussing this, it is relevant only, we think that it is relevant, all this what we are discussing, it is only relevant to Arjuna. But is it so? Then we are not understanding Geeta. If we are reading it from a story point of view that Arjuna is telling this and Krishna is listening this, or Sanjay is telling this and Dhritarashtra is listening this, then this is only story. What we need to understand is, this is our story as well. This is our story as well. Are we free from anger and fear? Are we free from attachment to our family members? Does not our mind get gripped by fear just by thinking of any possible future mishap or losses that we may incur? The story is the same, whether it is Arjuna or whether it is us. Only the times have changed. This event, what we are discussing in Bhagavad Gītā, it happened, say, around 5,500 years back. But it is true and relevant in these modern times as well. That's why Bhagavad Gītā is applicable today also. The demons of danger, fear, and attachment that Arjuna was facing 5,500 years back, All those are valid today also. We are also facing the same demons in our day-to-day life. So what has changed? Nothing has changed. Same Geeta, what was told to Arjuna, is applicable to us also. Because the same demons which were there that time, 5,500 years back, they are there today also. His Bhagavad Gita is as relevant today as it was thousands of years back. Don't regard it as something ancient, mythology. It's not mythology. That happened to someone else long time ago, and then we are just discussing that story. It's not a storytelling. It is very much contemporary and highly appropriate for us today, in today's time. The only difference is that we never accept it or we never acknowledge it. Our own self, that we have anger, we have fear, we have attachments. So what were the shortcomings of Arjuna? Those same very shortcomings are there in us also, but we don't accept it. Do we accept? But Arjuna accepted it. Arjuna, he said, yes, I have these problems. All these symptoms he spoke on his own, that Lord Krishna, this is what is happening to me. Do we ever accept this? He's saying to Krishna that, oh Keshava, he had killed a demon called Keshi. So his name Keshava. He's therefore addressed as Keshava. Arjuna says, I can see only misery and tragedy in this war. I cannot see how any good can come from killing my own kith and kin in this battle. Everyone driven by the fire of aversion, ambition, and ego is fiercely impatient. Is impatient for the war. And I don't see welfare of anyone in such a situation. It is all filled with these misery and tragedies. It is filled with aversion, ambition, ego. So when the atmosphere is totally filled with this, how something good can happen? I do not want any kingdom. I am not desirous of victory anymore. I don't want any kingdom. For what is that worth or the victory in this battle that would be gained by killing my own people? Govinda, what use will be the kingdom? What will be the worth of our triumph that is stained with blood on my own loved blood of my own loved ones? My hands are stained with the blood of my own relatives. Then what use that kingdom will be for me? I don't want success on these terms. These terms are too difficult for me to accept for success. For those very people for whom we desire kingdom, sensual pleasures and happiness, they have decided to sacrifice their wealth, their dhananicha and prana, their life as well. So the kingdom for which we are fighting is inert, made up of perishable matter. And we are all willing to kill each other merely for that perishable kingdom. How very absurd is this? Inert kingdom, inert wealth, inert positions, and furthermore, the body through which one will enjoy the trappings of luxury, even that body is inert. Are we so insane? Have we lost our senses? That we are willing to give up this valuable life for the pursuit of these worthless, inert objects? Arjuna is telling Lord Krishna, Madhusudana, on seeing my teachers, my grandfathers, my maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandson, brothers-in-law, etc., 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 we have gathered here, I am getting overwhelmed by intense pain. Have we fallen so low that for a mere kingdom, for mere wealth, we are willing to stake the lives of all near ones and dear ones? Now you tell me, have you not frequently faced the situation wherein either you have fought with your relatives or they have fought with you? This is a question for us to answer. Yes, the fight may have been verbal, onslaught of words and not through weapons, as it happened in Mahabharata. Sneering, deriding, mocking, humiliating others. Have we not done this sometime in our life? It is common to see people fighting over money matters. It does happen. Property, jewelry, inheritance. Then be it husband and wife, or father and son, brothers and sisters, fighting with each other for all these things, so on and so forth. Money is so very often the cause of discord and hostility in so many relationships. It is indeed possible to live this short life in a beautiful way. But people find beauty only in the inert object, money, property. They don't have the eyes to see the beauty in life itself. Is not life complete, beautiful on its own without these inert objects? What can be the price of a glorious sunrise which you see every day? Or the whiff of fresh, buoyant air that comes? To be able to feel the refreshing raindrops against your hot, dry skin when you experience the first raindrop. And to be able to bath in that delightful drizzle of rains in the first rains. The laughter of a child, the dazzling colors of a butterfly, can they be bought with money? Is not that also life? It is all simply invaluable. Life is invaluable. It cannot be counted in terms of money. But we don't appreciate this sheer vibrancy happening all around us. All we have become habituated to the perception of inert objects. Money, 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 money. You fret over not getting the house or the car, or feel aggrieved that the brother took away what was rightfully yours. Have not you fought with others for possessing something or the other? Yes, we do. Have not others fought with you? Yes, they have. So is not your life a battlefield? Yes, it is. Is not it the Kurukshetra? Yes, it is Kurukshetra. Maybe it is not Dharmakshetra, but it is Kurukshetra. It is very much the battlefield. The day-to-day life for us is a battlefield. Bhagavad-Gītā, as it was applicable to the war of Kurukshetra, is equally applicable to the battlefield in which we are fighting our day-to-day life. And here Arjuna is saying, I am willing to even die at the hands of the sons of Dharatra. I am not prepared to fight with them, even in the exchange of the three worlds, let alone the earth. What pleasure can I possibly derive from killing them? So these are all the thoughts which Arjuna Vishad Yoga is expressing, which come to our mind as well when we face day-to-day problems. And we have gone through the same turmoil in our life, someday or the other. Everyone goes through this. Everyone. That's why I said we are all Arjunas fighting the battle of Kurukshetra. Okay, I think we stop here. Now the forum is open for you to raise the questions. Thank you so very much for patiently listening to me. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, thank you so much, Bhaiya. And what a beautiful example of us facing the Kurukshetra every day. And yes, we are like Arjun, and with Geeta ji, we will have Krishna by our side. We hope that with this journey that we have taken, we will certainly get Krishna's help to fight this Kurukshetra of ours every day. We have Sarojini Didi asking, Sarojini Didi, please unmute yourself and please start your video. Yes, Didi.
I have three questions. One is, why do they say when you say something at the end of prayer or something, Om Shanti 3 times, you say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi. Why you say Shanti Hi? I want to know why it's different. Is there any reason why you say so? That is one question. And shall I ask the second question also?
Yeah, let us finish first question.
Yes.
This Om Shanti, Om is a Uma. It consists of letters. A Uma. Utpatti, Sthiti and Vilay. A Uma. 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this also indicates Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh.
Yes. Yes.
Brahma created Vishnu who maintains, and Rudra, Shankar Bhagwan, who destroys this. So,
Okay.
Om is representative of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. It is normal practice to say Om, Om, Om 3 times for each of the 3 thoughts.
Yes.
Shantihi, when you say with longer sound, that is ending of the prayer. It only
Oh.
denotes ending of the prayer. It does not change the meaning of the prayer.
Okay.
What is the next question?
The next is regarding this Ekadashi. I want to know when we should do the vrata, because now suppose Ekadashi started yesterday. Yesterday, do we do the vrata, or today morning it is there for, sometimes it is there only for few hours in the morning, but when they announce it, they'll announce that today is Ekadashi because it is there in the morning. So which day should we do the vrata?
See, normally as per our culture, as for Hindu calendar, our day starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. Unlike English people, their day starts at 12:05 in the morning, after 12 o'clock midnight.
Yes.
So whatever is the early morning, Brahma Muhurta, that Brahma Muhurta, whatever is the tithi on that day, that we follow. So if early morning it is Ekadashi today, then we follow it today.
No, what I mean to say is, now it is customary to do auspicious things, say in Dashami or Ekadashi or something. Now, if you follow that, you want to do something auspicious, but Ekadashi or Dashami has passed in the morning at 6 o'clock. After that, of course, if Dashami is followed by Ekadashi, it's okay, it's still auspicious. But in the case of Ekadashi, it will be followed by Dwadashi. So you will be doing suppose it gets over at 7 o'clock in the morning. Then after that it is Dwadashi. Can you do the auspicious work at in Dwadashi?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that the day starts with Ekadashi. So for us, that is the Ekadashi day. Part of the day may be Dwadashi, but the day starts with Ekadashi, no? Till 7 o'clock it is Ekadashi.
Yes.
Till 7 o'clock before sunrise, the Ekadashi was there. So we follow it as a Ekadashi day. But better to follow the Panchang.
No, that is why in the Panchang, because I'm always wondering, so sometimes I have, suppose yesterday Ekadashi started, now we are non-vegetarians. Ekadashi started yesterday, let us say at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So after 12, though it is told, though it's not Ekadashi announced in the, say in the news or something, but Ekadashi has started. So should I not take non-veg at that time? That is my question again, or only should I follow the next day?
Strictly speaking, you should not take non-veg any day. But if your question is related to Ekadashi only,
Okay.
then Ekadashi, if it starts this morning,
Yes.
as per the scriptures, till tomorrow evening, it starts this morning, but till
Yes.
tomorrow evening, you should not eat, you should not eat anything wrong. You should follow the normal eating. So Ekadashi is basically for 2 days, not for 1 day.
Oh, okay,
One day you can have your normal food, that is okay. But they believe that don't eat onion or don't eat something which we normally avoid. So non-veg is definitely something which needs to be avoided.
No,
So at least
non-veg, of course, I'm
also-
telling you, but actually, normally I will take sabudana. So should I take the sabudana for 2 days? Always, that is my doubt.
No. You see, next day you can eat your normal vegetarian food, but don't eat something which is banned as per our scriptures. Eating of non-veg is not allowed generally. So that you should avoid.
No, but
on at
why
least
we
second
are
day of
not
month.
supposed to eat grains? We are not supposed to eat grains.
No, but for 24 hours you have followed it. Now, the next day you can tone down and eat the normal rice and wheat and all that, but don't eat non-veg.
Okay. No, that of course I don't eat. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
And another thing is this Vishnu Sahasranama. I don't know, some program is there. Can we have that link for that?
Yeah. If there is a link now, I think it will be there now. We can share it on this Zoom also. There is a URL now of Geeta Parivar where you can register your name. Now this batch has already started. April batch has already started.
Yes.
The next batch will start by either end of May or early June. So you can register your name for the end of May batch or the June batch, wherein we'll take Vishnu Sahasranam.
But what is that link by
Okay,
which
we'll
we
share
do-
that link. Yeah, this is
Oh,
bslearngita.com. This is the link.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for answering my
Shared in chat, please note.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Vaidya has given you the link in the chat, Sarojini Didi. You can take from there. Rajni Didi, ask your question, please.
I also wanted to ask about Vishnu Sahasranam, one of my questions. But about the Kurukshetra, during Arjuna's time also we had so much of anger, fight, fear, everything. Even today it is all there. But how do we cope up with all this? What are the solutions actually?
That is the reason we are reading Geeta. We are just discussing our problems in first adhyay. The treatment of our problems will start in second adhyay. 11th sloka of second adhyay. When Lord Krishna will open up his mouth and will start telling his message to Krishna about all the problems that he has raised in his Arjun Vishada Yoga, all the problems will be addressed by Krishna from second adhyay onwards till 18th adhyay. These are all the adhyayas which treat us also. They treat our problems also. If the world population today says 750 crores, every individual problem can be addressed by Bhagavad Gita. These 700 shlokas are so powerful that they can address any individual, any problem.
Because day-to-day life, we always come across so many things like this,
We do
negative. And you open the paper, it is always negative. Everything is, so it is so difficult. How do we cope up with all this? Because you're seeing it and it is really saddening.
When your view gets broader, you don't care, you don't worry about such small tidbits here and there. So you start ignoring all such things when your view gets broader. And that is what we have to learn from Geeta. That's why when Geeta Parivar is teaching Geeta pronunciation, equally important are the Vivechan Satrats. So that you understand the message that is conveyed by Lord Krishna in Geeta. Merely knowing the pronunciation is not enough. Just Swami always says Geeta padhe, padhaye aur jivan mein laye. You can bring it to your jivan only if you understand what you have read. Isn't it?
Okay.
So that's why we need to discuss. And it is good to raise questions, to get answers to your questions, and to start thinking. Chintan and Manan are two important tools which we have. The more we do Chintan and Manan, the more we get equipped to face the problems. If we keep
there
quiet,
are some, sorry.
Yeah.
There are some tools also, like you do meditation, you do all that, but that also helps.
Yes. Atma Sanyam Yoga, 6th Adhyaya Bhagavad Gita, is teaching us how to enter into meditation, how to sit for it, how to do breathing, how to control the mind, how to control the senses. Every small thing Paramatma has explained. Paramatma himself is a yoga guru, and a yoga guru teaching us yoga in 6th Adhyaya. So we are so fortunate to learn yoga directly from yoga guru, Bhagavan Shri Krishna. The only thing is we need to read it with great interest. And we need to absorb what is being said.
Applying is also very important.
But before applying, we need to understand and absorb what is being said. So try to listen to all the people whom you know who are speaking about Gita. Each individual has a different perspective. And to collect perspectives from different people and then pour it into your mind and then think about those problems on your own. Because everybody's surrounding is different. Everybody's upbringing is different. Everybody's contacts, relations are different. So he will look at the world differently than what I will look. You will look at it differently. So for you, the Gita may be giving some other message than what it gives to me. So to bring it into our life, we need to collect the views of all experts and then see which view is more close to my mind, which view is more close to my surroundings, which view is more close to my life, my lifestyle, my behavior, my habits. And then try to see if we can inculcate that in our day-to-day behavior.
Thank you.
Bhaiya, ask your question.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes,
Here it is your Vivechana Satra is coming out very well. I am really enjoying it.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you very much for that. And this is we are discussing about the first chapter. It starts with Dhritarashtra Vacha, then it comes to Sanjaya Vacha. I just wanted to know when this started, how many days of war has already been elapsed?
How many days?
War has been already completed.
I think it was going on for some 18 days or so.
Now, when Dhritarashtra asks this and Sanjay explains about it,
Yeah.
on which day it is? It is at the beginning of the first day, or it is?
Yeah, see, Bhagavad-Gītā happened before the war started.
Okay.
Gita started before the war started. In Bhagavad-Gītā, in 700 shlokas, do you see any shloka wherein it says Arjuna fired one shot on one arrow on Bhishmacharya or Dronacharya? There is no such shloka. It is only a dialogue between different people, either Sanjay, Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is only one shloka. The dialogue is between Arjuna and Krishna, basically. And it is all dialogue. The war is yet to start.
Oh, at this moment, war not started yet.
No, war has not started as yet.
Okay.
The Mahabharata, Kurukshetra has given two big things to Hindu culture. One is, of course, Bhagavad-Gītā. But Bhagavad-Gītā was said before the first arrow was shot, before the war started. And Vishnu Sahasranam, it was given when Pitamaha Bhishma was lying on Kurukshetra, shattered by Arjuna's arrows, and he was counting last moments. So the war has already started. It was almost nearing end. And Bhishmacharya did not leave because he was Ichhadhari. He could relinquish his life at his command, at his will. So he was waiting for Uttarayan to start. He got injured in the wall when the Dakshinayan was there. After 2-3 days, Uttarayan was to start. When the northern journey of sun god starts, that we call it Uttarayan. And people dying in Uttarayan, it is considered to be people who they attain Swarga or they attain Paramatma. So he was waiting for Dakshinayan, the Uttarayan to start. So before it started, Yudhishthira went to him and he asked him, which dharma is best, which god is best, how to worship him. And then Pitamaha Bhishma, he sang for him this Vishnu Sahasranam. So both are the gifts of Kurukshetra. Bhagavad-Gītā as well as Vishnu Sahasranam. But Gita started before the war. Vishnu Sahasranam started when the war had already started.
Thank you so much. I just have one more question. It is out of my curiosity.
Yeah.
As we know, Pandu has passed away at the early age and Dhritarashtra remained. And the problem arose, and you explained very well clearly that why all this started, why Duryodhana wanted to do this. Because as per the seniority, Dhritarashtra would have got it, kingdom. But that did not happen. Was there any reason why Bhishmacharya did not give priority to Dhritarashtra and gave Pandu Putras?
So initially he thought a blind person cannot handle the kingdom. But when there was no alternative, Pandu died and there was no alternative. So under duress, he gave it to Dhritarashtra. His first choice was never Dhritarashtra. But since Pandu died, he had no other option. There was no one else to occupy the throne. So it was given to Dhritarashtra as under compulsion.
Okay.
But that was the point of Duryodhana, that when you gave him under compulsion, when Pandu died, and Dhritarashtra proved that he was a good king, he could manage everything well with his subordinates, with his cabinet, with his sons. Duryodhana was a good king, of course. We blame Duryodhana, he was a tamasi person, but he managed his kingdom.
Okay.
So,
and see, Dhritarashtra was aware of this war is going to happen, but he did not put any effort to stop this, or why he did not even listen to Lord Krishna himself when he came for the consolation or just to ask for something on behalf of Pandavas.
see, Dhritarashtra always had grudge against Pandavas since the beginning. He never considered them as his own people. That's why the first loka, Mamaka Pandava.
Mamaka Pandavas.
My sons and Pandu's sons. He differentiated between them at all times. Even when Duryodhana tried to kill them, he did not object to it. Even when Draupadi was disrobed publicly in the Sabha of Kauravas, Dhritarashtra, though he was blind, but he knew what was happening. He would have stopped it, but he didn't do it because he never had any love for Pandavas. And that was the reason that he never tried to stop the war. He thought Duryodhana is very brave. He can wipe out all the Pandavas. And then entire kingdom will be of Kauravas only. Pandavas will be thrown out forever. That was the reason that he never. Otherwise, see, Sanjaya, he is telling Geeta, and Dhritarashtra also heard the entire Geeta. Arjuna, after hearing the Geeta, his mind got totally changed. Dhritarashtra, he did not change a bit.
Exactly.
He heard the entire Geeta. Sanjaya told the Geeta, no? So he also heard every word of Geeta. What Arjuna heard, Dhritarashtra also heard the same words. But did he change his mentality? No. Because
No,
some people.
Yeah. Is that because of the past karma, Gurudev?
Yeah, that is another theory of karmas. That is another theory of karmas. But you can repair your karmas by changing your samskar. If you don't want to repair your samskar.
Right, after having heard the entire Gita, still his mind did not change.
Yeah, he did not change.
Yeah.
He was so stubborn. He was so stubborn that my sons will definitely win the war. So whatever Sanjay is saying, at the end, when Sanjay says that wherever Krishna and Partha is there, yatra yogeshwara Krishna yatra Partha dhanadara, tatra Shri Vijayo bhutir dva nitirmatir mama. Only on that side the Vijay. Victory will be on only that side, on which side Krishna and Partha will be there. Even then he did not change. So this is the stubbornness of Dhritarashtra. See, Mahabharata that way is wonderful. You see different characters with all sorts of shades in them. Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra, Arjuna, Yudhishthira, Bhima, all wonderful characters. You see character by character, each character is so interesting. Very, very interesting.
We can find them even till today.
Yeah.
It looks like Kali Yuga is a continued part of.
Yeah. We see all these characters today also. Yes.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Gurudev.
Thank you.
So much.
Bhaiya, I think Rajni Didi also wants to ask something more.
No,
Yes, please.
today I got this book. It's a very
Great.
beautiful book. I would like everybody to have this. Just today I got it.
Wonderful.
It's a new edition, I think, and very easy to understand and read this book.
Yeah. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, and another thing I wanted to know about the Vishnu Sahasranama. When do we have? And I want to also register and learn.
See, the link was shared just now on the chat by Dinesh. So you can have that link, and then say by around end of May, the registration will start from the end of May or June batch. So that time you can register your name. We run batches in Hindi, Marathi only at the moment. There are no batches in English at the moment. Only Hindi and Marathi are there.
Yeah, Hindi is also okay.
Okay. So Hindi batches are there.
Rani Didi, you can ask your question, please.
Jai Shri Krishna, Bhaiya. Bhaiya, I want to know why we should not consume rice during Ekadashi.
See, whatever we do every day, that we should not do on Upas day. That is the basic rule. Sabudana we don't eat every day, so that is allowed. Rice we eat every day, so avoid rice. Don't get habituated to eating rice every day. It is trying to break the habits. Upasa is done to break the habits.
Okay, just the sake of that break, to give a break, that's the only reason?
Yeah, to break the attachment also. Don't get attached to anything. Don't get attached to rice. Don't get attached to everyday food. Give a break.
Okay.
So there are people who generally don't eat rice. Really, they don't eat rice. But on Upasa day, they eat rice only. Because normally they don't eat rice. So
yeah, same applies with me, Bhaiya. Actually, I don't like rice much, but sometimes by mistake, I cook it during most of the time on the day of Ekadashi. Then I keep like that guilt is always there. I shouldn't have cooked it because it is mentioned everywhere that I shouldn't be having rice and all that.
Then that they don't eat sabudana, eat only rice. Bowl of rice. That's all.
Okay.
Basically, it is
So
for
nothing serious about that, right?
maintaining the body and maintaining the mind.
Okay.
What we do for basically for body and mind both.
Okay.
And when we are doing, I normally tell a story. If I'm doing some upasa, then I need to control my senses as well as I need to control my mind. Suppose I decide to start upasa, I tell my wife, from this next Thursday onwards, I will do upasa. Okay, my wife says okay. She knows how good I am at maintaining upasa. So she says, okay. Thursday comes and I tell my wife, today is my upasa day. Okay, I will not eat anything till sunset. I will break my upasa only at 7 o'clock in the night. Okay, fine. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, everybody is at breakfast table. I am not taking breakfast because I am doing upasa. 11, 12, 1 o'clock, everybody is at the dining table taking lunch. I am not eating anything, but I am feeling very, very hungry. 2 o'clock, it becomes unbearable. Then I tell my wife, 7 o'clock, when I break my upasa, before that, 5 o'clock, please go to the next corner. There is a sweet mart, there is a sweet shop there, sweet meat shop, Vaibhav Mishtana Bhandar. He fries good jalebis in pure ghee at 6 o'clock in the evening. Bring half a kg of those jalebis and half a dozen of samosas and kachoris. Then at 5 o'clock, I remind my wife. 6 o'clock, I shout at my wife, why you don't go? You are not gone so far and all that. What does it mean? I'm controlling my tongue. I'm not eating anything, but mentally, I'm eating for all the time.
Like how to discipline your mind and your desires to put control
Only
over, like
controlling
put some
senses
anchor on your
doesn't help.
desires. Yeah.
Controlling only senses doesn't help. Controlling mind is equally important.
Yes, yes, yes.
Karme
One more
nirane
thing,
siyame
Bhaiya, I
vastu
want to
nirane.
ask one more thing. Like beautifully you explained the situation of Arjuna when he was like not in the state of fire for the war. So we face all this thing in our day-to-day life. Everybody is facing that thing. But Arjuna always had Krishna by his side
Yeah.
to tackle his solution problems and give him the solutions.
Hmm.
So how we should handle this Kurukshetra of day-to-day life?
We have this Krishna by our side, no? The book of Geeta is Krishna for us.
Yes, but then every time, like we don't remember immediately that yeah, we should like we don't remember the shlokas sometimes. Sometimes we are in that dual mindset sometimes.
Yeah, that is why, 5 minutes back we were discussing about Manan and Chintan. When you do Manan and Chintan, it becomes your nature. Anything that anybody asks you something, what comes out of your mouth is what you are thinking, what you have read, what you have heard through Vivek and Satra or in the Geeta classes. You can hear from here and leave it from here. You may forget also probably. But whatever Chintan Manan you do in your own mind, that becomes your permanent asset. And that you will never leave. So whenever that topic comes for discussion, your inside Manan Chintan will crop up and it will say, yes, this was the thought that is there in my mind. So whenever you come across any problem, your Manan Chintan helps you. Not what you have heard or what you have read, but your own mind helps you. And your mind can become strong only if you train it in doing Manan and Chintan. After reading Geeta, after understanding shlokas, close your eyes for 10, 15, 20 minutes and think thoroughly how it applies to you. That is the way to strengthen your mind. So it's a mental exercise to find solutions to your own problems in your own life through your mind only. But then you have to train your mind for that. And reading Geeta, understanding Geeta, and doing your own Manan and Chintan on that is the best way to do it.
One more thing I need to know regarding Vishnu Sahasranam, that people say, I have heard like many people talking like we should do the 2 repetitions compulsory. If we are reciting Vishnu Sahasranam on daily basis, we should do at least 2 repetitions. So how this works?
See, there is no compulsion.
Okay.
Hindu culture doesn't impose any restrictions. If you want to say Namaste to Bhagwan, you can say. If you don't want to say, you don't say. Nobody is compelling you to say prayers 5 days a week, 5 times in a day like other religions do. We are that way free. But it helps us only doing that. Now, when you say twice, Vishnu Sahasranam should be read twice in a day, it is accepted that you worship Lord Vishnu in the morning after your bath. So you say Vishnu Sahasranam once for Lord Vishnu. And in the evening, when you are burning a lamp in front of your God in the puja room, you recite it once for Lakshmi Mata. Because if you praise Lakshmi, you praise Vishnu Bhagwan, the husband of Lakshmi Mata, Lakshmi Mata will be pleased with you. So to satisfy Lakshmi Mata, to please Lakshmi Mata, it is better to say Vishnu Sahasranam once again for her, praising her husband.
So this rule applies actually.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
believe.
Yes. Okay, Bhaiya, thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhayaji. Such lovely insights, such lovely examples, and such lovely, easy to do answers for us. Very good. We are so privileged to hear you and indebted for this beautiful gems that you share with us. And rightly you have said, since Krishna has not spoken in this chapter, it gives us opportunity to hear the version or the stories of Mahabharata. And till now, I used to personally feel that first chapter is little difficult and little neras because it is Vishad. But you have made it so interesting, Bhayaji. Thank you so much. And everybody, thank you for joining. Please do join next week. I am eagerly waiting to see what Bhayaji has to give us next week. And we are going to come towards the end of our session. I will fail in my duty if I do not thank the technical team working behind us, behind the scene and helping us to smoothly have this session. Deepak Gupta Bhaiya and rest of the technical team. Thank you so much for this session. Please do join next time. Thank you, Sadhaks. Thank you so much for making this a successful session. Do stay back for the Hanuman Chalisa because that's an oath that our Param Pujya Guruji has taken to complete Shatkoti Hanuman Chalisa. So we play Hanuman Chalisa at the end. Do stay back for it. And but let's offer this entire session to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. And for that, I'm going to call forward S. Suhail Bhaiya, who's from Chennai. He joined Geeta Parivar in December of 2022. He is an MCA and is working for a private firm. And again, Deepak Bhaiya's favorite work is to help people. So he's in the right family and he's giving seva as a GCN tech. And he has so many sadhaks to serve to offer his seva to. Suhail Bhaiya.
Thank you, Devi. Yogi Sampatchidanandam Vasudevam Brajapriyam Dharma Samstapatam Veeram Krishna Vande Jagatgurum Krishna Vande Jagatgurum.
Thank you once again, Vikas Bhayaji. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Krishna. Let's wait for the Hanuman Chalisa and then we'll leave the session.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जोदायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपी सतिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित चालीसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाँ ते, कभी को विद कही सके कहाँ ते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संहारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Please do come back next week and let's continue this beautiful chapter, completion of this chapter. Have a blissful weekend. Stay blessed. Stay